Hello and welcome. This is Mr. Lazylegs and we're just going over the Grand Prix and what it's all about. So to start with, let's show you the track of a typical Grand Prix event. And they will change each time, but they're quite basic. This is for a Grand Prix that's coming up this coming Friday. This is under South Gloucester Run Club, and it's called MLL Grand Prix Episode 2 because it is our second one. So let me just show you it. This is just a typical Grand Prix track. Oops. That's my ghost in front that I'm racing, so that's who I've got to try and beat on this occasion. But the track is very simple. Ooh, he says, missing again. Very fast. And it's designed to be. There's nothing particularly technical about it. It's using the TWF drone. So we're using the simulator, which is Tiny Work Go, and there's a range of drones that you can choose. And we are on this particular Grand Prix. We are using the TWF, so you can actually change the rates on that particular drone, and the camera angle and things like that. But it's 6 laps. This is just my second lap. I'll just do the 2 and then I'll explain how the rest of it works. So this is in fact I'll do one more lap just after this one because I'm in solo mode. I can't change the number of laps that I do. It's going to be 3 laps. Like so. But as you can see, there's nothing particularly complicated about it. It flows quite nicely, but it all depends on how much pressure you can cope with when you're racing with up to 6 other pilots and you're wanting to get the edge for a chance to win a prize. That cone gets me often. Okay, so once you've cleared a round, what we basically do is we get the round, and it automatically updates a spreadsheet which you can find here. So it is the best out of 3 rounds. Okay, so you get 3 practice rounds of 6 laps and then 3 rounds of actual 6 laps where your time counts, and it's basically your average time over each of the 3 rounds that's captured. And then basically if you are in the top 2 of each heat, then you win a prize. Okay, so it's a voucher for £10 if you come first, regardless of what heat you're in. As you can see, the times changes, so even if you are in heat 3, you still get £10, which is exactly the same amount as if you were in heat 1, because the objective is to try and beat your time and get to the top of each of the heats. So as you can see, each of the averages, they go up, but you each get a chance to win a prize. So whatever your average is, so basically what we've done is we've put in the times, and it's given you what the average is here, and the slowest, or the fastest even, sorry, time is what puts you in your place, as you can see. So these are in seconds. Now this was based on our very first Grand Prix, which was actually 8 laps, I think, but we decided to put it down to the 6 after that. So from now on it's going to be 6 laps. And basically what you do is track opens on the day at 6 o'clock, which is GMT time, which is London time. So if you're in Europe, it's probably going to be an hour later. But the track opens at 6 and you get 2 hours to practice. and each time that you practice, it logs a time based on 3 laps, and that is what puts you into your heats. So every time you create, like I've just done there, you actually end up on a scoreboard, but you won't be able to see the scoreboard, but there will be a scoreboard, and it looks like this. Okay, so these are basically your 3 lap times, which are logged every time that you complete 3 laps on the actual track, and you've got 2 hours to put a time in here. Once you've put a time in here, you're automatically entered into the competition, and all you need to do is make sure that at 8 o'clock on the night you are in the pits and ready to go. And you will know if you're going to be in the pits, because what will happen is automatically you will have, let me just leave this, when you go to events, there will be an event here that you'll be able to join, and that will be what heat you are in. Okay, so it's automatic. You don't have to register to take part. All you need to do is log a time. Okay, in this instance, what you would do is at 6 o'clock you would log into the sim, go to your tracks, click on browse, okay, and then you would just basically search at the bottom Grand Prix, and then search it, and then the tracks will come up, and then you will know which it is. So in this instance it is the second one, so you would click the second one to get into your favorites, and then you would be able to go into solo fly, pick your drone, which is going to be the TWF. It always is. Okay, it's always under South Gloss Drone Club, because that's the club that Mr. Laserlegs is in. And then you go to basically the right banner in your track, do your 3 laps to log a time, try and improve it. There is a, I'll just switch it on. Oops, there is a sequencer, like so, but there is no leaderboard, because no one will know the leaderboard until the until you're put in your heats. So all you've got to do is go as fast as you can around the track. Again, it's not complicated, so it's a case of, can you do this in 6 times without making a mistake, knowing that there are going to be other people who are also going to be trying to do the exact same thing to get ahead, so that they can win the voucher. Now if you're in the UK, you get a voucher for Hobby RC, and due to the issues with purchasing from the UK into Europe, what I have done is found a couple of stores in Europe that will enable us to provide vouchers for the winners who live in Europe, and we also have one for America as well, just in case anyone from America wants to take part. They can, and they won't lose out either. Okay, so it's a completely open event. Well, I don't know why I missed so many gates there, but I did. That obviously hasn't helped my time, but that is basically what the Grand Prix is all about. The Grand Prix that is coming up is this Friday, and the date escapes me for this Friday, because, well, I didn't check, to be quite honest. Let me just check on my phone. So it's going to be the 19th. So the 19th of February there is a Grand Prix. It's this track as it happens, but it won't always be this track. So if you watch this video at a later date, it'll be a different track. But oh, see, you get that line wrong because I was watching the drone in front. But you practice for the 2 hours. It's really not 2 hours, because you need to be in the pits 5 minutes before. So it's really just 1 hour 55 minutes that you can just practice. And then you get 3 training sessions. There's no particular reason for them, not really. It's just to warm you up and get you used to flying with 6 other pilots, really. Because you might have to change your line slightly, especially if there's another pilot that's close to your speed, and has similar lines to you, because it means that they will constantly, like that, they will constantly get in your way, and you might have to adjust things. That's why you have the 3 additional laps at the start, just to help you, because it's very, very different flying solo or flying with it. Even if you do it in multiplayer with 1 or 2 pilots, it's quite different than if you're flying with 6 and you're all similar in ability and in speed, and you're going to need to get that edge, and you need to find that edge in those 3 first laps, because they're not counter to the actual competition. So as you can see, my Ghost has already beaten me because I made mistakes because I was so close to it. So anyway, that's the point of the 3 laps. Sorry, the 3 rounds prior. So you get 3 practice laps, and then you get the 3 main laps, and the 3 main laps are the times that are then logged. So that's what the Grand Prix is all about. I hope you can take part. Please do if you can. You can download the sim for free by going to www.tinywhoopgo.com. Again, it's free, doesn't cost anything. You just need to have a controller that you can set up, and then once you're in there, there are videos, your first flight, etc., that will help you to set up your controller, which you have to set up obviously before you can actually start flying, and also how you just work your way around the sim. So that is it really. Hopefully you can be able to join us, hopefully you understand the rules, and that's it from me. Hopefully I will see you on the Friday. It's not always on a Friday, the Grand Prix. It will change throughout the course of the series. And we are also looking at starting another Grand Prix series, which will be just for the brushless, which will be a whole different kind of technique altogether, because the brushless is much faster. But until then, this is the brushed Grand Prix series, and you'll see it promoted on Twitch, YouTube, and also on Facebook. If you've got any questions, then please do get in contact with us. You can do it through MLL Drone Racing on Facebook, or email us on info@mrlazylegs.com. You can also join us on Discord should you wish to do that, and you can do that by going to your browser and putting in discord.mrlazylegs.com, and that will take you to our Discord channel as well. Until then, thanks for watching and stay safe.